take the call recorder so we can get our voices. And it might be that Liz, comes in and out. I'm not sure, but it's unusual, Jackie, that I can't see you. Anyway. So do you want to run through then, Jackie? Do you just want to start with the conversation about
I think because we don't know each other's voices really well, it might be a good idea to start with, this is Jackie, or this is Jan, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And I know you don't all know each other, but it is pretty exciting. So if we introduce each other and ourselves, and then that will get us moving.
Okay.
So I'll start. Jackie Delong. I'm working with Jack on this paper for the American Education Research Association conference in Vancouver in April. And I know everybody here, so I'll just leave it at that. So I'll go to, on my list, I'm at the top. Jan is next.
Oh, hi, I'm Jan Johnson, and I'm delighted to be here. I've just reviewed your draft paper, and it's a pleasure to meet everybody.
Okay.
And you're working on your MRP at Brock.
Yeah, I'm working on MRP at Brock. We're actually doing a collaborative MRP or a joint MRP with Jen Vickers-Vanzy.
Liz?
Hi, I'm Liz Campbell. Currently, I teach at a high school in Blue Water District School Board. I recently completed my master's with the Blue Water cohort, and Jackie was my supervisor, and I made great use of Jack Whitehead's Living Educational Theory in my paper. And I'm very excited to be part of this collaborative group of inquiry.
And you're going to apply for your PhD.
Yeah.
Okay. Jen is next on my list.
Hi, I'm Jen Manson, and I'm just thinking in interest of clarity between Jan and myself, I should just call myself Jenny to make it easier for everybody. I am a nurse, and I had the privilege of meeting both Jack and Jackie as part of the Brantford cohort, and I am still in the midst of completing my master's, and Jan has just said we are doing a collaborative joint MRP together. I'm very excited about this interaction and what it will uncover.
And Jack?
Yeah, I'm Jack Whitehead. I'm working with a couple of institutions. One is the University of Bath, just finishing off some doctoral supervisions, and the other is at Liverpool Hope University, where I'm just supporting the kind of work that Jackie has got underway with everybody here. I'm very committed to bringing what I call your embodied knowledge, as nurses and educators, into a shareable form so that other people can be influenced by it. And that's what I've spent most of my working life doing. Is that okay?
Good. Okay. So
we haven't heard from Kathy.
Oh, Kathy.
Hi.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm Kathy Griffin, and my information is very similar to Liz's. I completed the MRP, or the Master's, with the Blue Water cohort, and I'm finding this is very good timing because I'm just about to start working with some groups and PLCs and all sorts of professional development. So it's been great to review the process of what we went through in our master's cohort by watching what the Brantford cohort has been doing.
Actually, just a clarification, there was a Brantford cohort before that you were aware there were probably, this is a new cohort. This is a new Brantford cohort that just is in the middle of doing their final projects.
Right, and I've been watching through your paper the video clips that.
I love that. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so what Jack and I proposed to AERA was to write a paper on the development of a pedagogical model of teaching master's cohorts, master's students. And the idea has been germinating for some years based on my work on culture of inquiry. And it got to kind of a next step with the Blue Water cohort where we brought Jack in via Skype to talk with the group, and we recorded that, and it's on YouTube. Subsequent to that, then I taught the Brantford cohort, and in that teaching model, Jack and I taped my intentions for the Saturday class. Then in the Saturday class, I shared my intentions as I had videotaped it and uploaded it to YouTube. Then I taped the Saturday class, and then I reviewed with Jack on Skype taped interview what I thought I had done and where I needed to go next. And in addition, Jack came and talked to the Brantford group via Skype. So that's kind of the essence of the teaching pedagogical model. And so what we're trying to do is see if we can validate the use of that model and its efficacy in creating a culture of inquiry and seeing that culture continue in application in people's lives. And also the whole living theory approach to action research in terms of living our values more fully in our practice, improving our practice, and the value of that life-affirming energy that is so difficult to see in print, but we are able to see through the use of video and other multimedia. Let me see if I got it, Jack. Does that sound fairly accurate?
It is, from my perspective, this is what I understand, Jackie to be really focusing on. I know that in my own interests, what is really fascinating me is, even as I'm participating in the here and now with you, I'm seeing Kathy for the first time. I'm seeing Jenny for the first time, but I've read your writings. And what has really attracted me is the way in which you have been willing to talk about the fundamental values that you use to give meaning and purpose to life. And you're willing to account for yourself in terms of those values. Now, as I'm seeing you, clearly, for the first time, I'm relating in a different way, because I've got a sense of you from your writings. But now, in this moment, as we're literally in virtual space, I can see Jenny at the bottom of my picture, and then Kathy, because you were speaking, you've come to the top. And I've got a real sense of, if you like, the pleasure that you bring into a space. And so what is fascinating me is whether or not we can develop a quality of conversation together which helps us all to move forward in a dynamic and a cooperative way, which I've never done before. I've never used the technology like this ever before. I've done it with Jackie, and I've sometimes appeared in a group, but never in this living kind of conversation where I shall get to know, I hope, you better, and then to be able to share your values, but in a very different kind of space than ever before. Am I making sense there?
Yeah, and I know all of you, so even though I can't see your faces, I can feel you're there, and I have kind of a whole repertoire of experiences with you, so that helps me. But I can see how big a value that is for Jack, and it's too bad that I know that Liz and Kathy certainly know each other, as do Jenny and Jan. But it would be nice if at least Jen could be online and you could see her, Jack.
It would. So I don't understand. You see, Jan should be live because I've got her in my address book now. So it might be you could check sometime that we could try this again. And just go through the paper together. But having that kind of intention of, before April, sharing ideas together so that we build something cooperative in terms of what Jackie and myself then present.
Sorry, can we not make a start today even though we can't see each other?
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Go on, Kathy.
I was going to say another option would be for the people who aren't, if we all had video cameras on our end, able to record our call, if there were a clip of, say, Jan that really shows some life-affirming energy, you could always stitch it together afterwards, too.
Yes, we could. That would be really excellent if we could make that suggestion, because people should be able to do that. And all I've got at the moment is the image of Liz's heart, and yet her writings, Liz's writings have really been inspiring. So it would be lovely to be able to, talk through and get that sense of Liz visually. Well, I would like to make a start, Jackie, because, I know you've put most of the work into the paper so far in terms of, and with everybody's writings. I was just very excited about reading, those extracts and then the commentaries.
I'd like to check that I have captured kind of what people want to share about their work in the excerpts that I did take out. I know Kathy helped me, but the rest of you really, I just sort of read through and cut and pasted what I thought were elements of your writing that might support the proposal in our paper. So that's one thing that I would be interested in hearing from you.
So I'll answer that question. So when I look at the snippets grabbed from my in relation to creating a culture of inquiry and in terms of the pedagogy or the model that you're attempting to create, I think you have captured my sense of trying to articulate being a part of that and the impact that had on my own journey into inquiry, and I think you've grabbed those pieces from my paper.
So in the work you're currently doing, Jenny, is there evidence within what you're writing now in collaboration with Jan that would further support the claim I'm making?
Yeah, I would probably argue, and I'd like to hear Jan's point of view on this, that we probably wouldn't be taking the steps that we are now in our collaborative MRP if we hadn't participated in the course with you and gone through this process. So it has really been significant in terms of my professional development and growth, and in a direction I'm moving in a way that's meaningful to me and meaningful to my learning. So the culture of inquiry piece, is it still continuing in my research? Absolutely. That's really a big focus of our MRP.
Jen?
I'd like to say I agree with Jen. Excuse me, I have this horrible cold, so I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're coming through clearly.
Okay. So, like Jen, it has been a significant piece. I would even taking the course in the summer with Jackie. Even more so now as we reflect on it and as we're doing our work, it's becoming more meaningful. Or maybe it's the fact that it's just part of our meaning making, and I've seen both self and Jen. We've done an ontological shift, so we're really bringing our values into our work.
Isn't that exciting?
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's profound. I mean, it's really profoundly significant, that idea of, our ontology. And as I'm seeing, Kathy and Jenny at the moment, it just feels, and I can hear you, Jen, and it is Jan, is it? No, it's Jan, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, and also I've got, the image of Liz's heart. And this is what I would just love to see if we can all be together visually, because that sense of ontology, you come over, as I say, as I'm sure I do to you, very differently in terms of that embodied energy with the values that we express as we're with each other and we're talking with each other. So I really find that really profound, that idea of an ontological shift. And, I'd love to develop that for the April conference.
Hey, Kathy, did you want to answer?
Yes, I think that it's just been profound, the change in my practice and my thinking since taking the course with you and working on through my MRP. And it's taken sort of reviewing what Jen and Jan are doing for me to really see the full impact and new directions I can take it. And in going through your paper, I thought, okay, yes, I'm doing that. You know, this is where I want to go next. Even what Jack is saying about the video, this is my second year now taking my students through the process of examining their textbook versus looking at videos about First Nation history versus looking at videos of present-day people talking in first person about their values and their history. And they, you know, they just automatically have this emotional response to the latter of people talking about talking about their own culture, their own history. And it's exactly what you're talking about, Jack. They feel the authenticity, they feel the connection to those people that they don't get from a textbook.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard to go back to the textbook after being so moved by the video. But I find even watching what you've done with your intentions, I sent an email to a colleague yesterday saying, we should try this. Just you and I meet, talk about what we'd like to do, and then model exposing our own writing to the children, so that they can see us taking criticism and having that sort of upgrading of our work, and that it's okay to expose their ideas, their thoughts, their values, and where we can go from there. So it's been, you know, it continues to be a great journey.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting, that with the children. You know, I was asked to join a committee in Greece yesterday as an international member, and it is all about getting the students, in the sense of the school children, as researchers. You know, so they're trying to develop an international continuing professional development group that will promote what it is that you've just said, which is encouraging the pupils to reflect, to make their ideas public, to get away from the fear and the anxiety. So that, again, that feels really exciting. Yeah, it is, Kathy. That's really great.
And Liz?
Sorry, did you?
Sorry.
Yeah.
So back to my original question. Do you want me to review?
Sure. Sorry.
Well, I asked you if the excerpts I had drawn from your work were the ones that you would have selected to support the theorizing or the claims that I'm making within this paper.
Yes. Yes, I would agree that those are good examples of excerpts to exemplify what you're trying to do. I'm finding this whole process is evolving at such a phenomenal pace that it's almost hard to get your head around it in a way that makes it explicit, because with each step in the process, for example, this particular call right now, I'm just overwhelmed with the feeling of interconnectedness. Like Jack is saying, even though I can't see you, I can feel, love resonating from everyone, because we have these similar values and this passion to make the world a greater place to be in. And you could just feel it. And so I'm so caught up in that right now. Now you want me to go back and actually be a student and think about my paper. So yes, Jackie, I did. I read that paper when you sent it, and I think those are fine examples of what you're trying to demonstrate. But I also find it just absolutely fascinating to be in this process right now, and I'm reflecting on that as we're participating in it. And I think that the potential to contribute to the much needed paradigm shift is almost beyond words. It's a transcending experience that's hard to capture. And like Jack, I would love to see everybody's face. Would love you to see my face and my hand flailing about right now, because I'm just so excited. And I attended a workshop yesterday about transcendental learning hosted by Jack Miller. And, some of the same values I've seen in all of our writings were certainly the topic of the day there. And there was an energy in that room, but it was somewhat stifled because people hadn't read enough of each other's writing or didn't know each other well enough, and that comfort zone wasn't there yet for them to be maybe more authentic. But even though I haven't met Jen and Jan, I feel this connection because we share similar values and we share similar goals. And maybe it's just because of the work that you have done, Jackie. And I know your intentions, and I know, I'm familiar with Jack's work, and I know, it's just so exciting to be a part of this group that will do whatever they can to help make a global difference in education. And I'm going to stop talking.
Okay. May I just say something? Because, Liz, as you're speaking, what I've got on my screen, and it's really wonderful, and I'm just hoping it's recording, I've got your picture of a heart, but around the outside, it is pulsating. So as you were speaking, and you were talking about love in a space, your image, the image here, it was just pulsating from the heart. And it just, I was just thinking, this is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, you got it as well, Kathy, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
You're pulsing too, Jack.
Great. But if this is okay with everybody, I'll get this just onto YouTube with a URL so we can just see, that conversation, the conversation we're having. And then hopefully we can extend it, so all of us are on it. But I just, for me, this is really powerful. And Liz then, with that pulsating heart, talking about love in a space, it just it's just so consistent with the writing. Liz's writings about the values, and all of you were so open and honest about the values that really do move you. So that was fantastic, Liz. Are you okay with that? Is everybody happy?
No, I don't want to be kind of controlling this.
Okay, well, are we okay then? If I'll have a look and just see if I can get this onto YouTube and then send you all the URL. Because as I say, just that, it was just 2 or 3 minutes then. I just thought it was magical. And there's a use of the technology which I've never, used before, but which is really opening up avenues and channels of communication which I've never had before. And it links with what Jackie, I think, is writing and wanting to present at AERA. So was there anything else, Jackie, that you felt you wanted?
Jen, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say what's been interesting to me in this journey and process, and what I kind of hear coming through loud and clear from everybody, is that the practice of experience that ontological shift has really cemented me in my values and expressing them as living standards. And now I have this even greater desire to move in that direction, and I'm less accepting of not living an educational life and not living that way. So it's so nice to be in the company of other people that are speaking a similar language, because we're not always in that company, and it can just make it more challenging. So it's so stimulating and so exciting to hear this type of conversation and being able to engage in it.
Mm.
I was going to say, too, that kind of what Liz was saying about it's hard to answer your question about whether we've got good quotes for you from our papers, because we're always thinking of new things. After the call, it might be good to go back and look at it again and say, even you just expressing what you're trying to validate. I wrote that down, and I could probably go back over that and say, okay, take a look at your paper again, and did you capture that? Is there anything else I can think of that might be support and validation for what you're looking for?
You know, I would love you to do that. I would just love that, because I want this to be kind of a cooperative experience, so that all of you are kind of developing your thinking and your way of being, and you're wanting to contribute to a better world. And if there are things you're writing or thinking that would help do that and make this that kind of a contribution to improving the social good, that would be outstanding.
Okay. So,
Jack, what do you think is the problem with the fact that you can see some of us and not others? I mean, is it the bandwidth that we each have, or is it, if I called my provider and said I need a larger bandwidth for a particular purpose, or what would make this work better?
just hang on, I'll just see if anybody else is on my contact list. And I'll let me just see. Yeah, I'll just ring one other person and just see if I can get her on there, yeah?
Yeah.
So, to join us. Now, this is somebody who's just finishing her doctorate, and I'll just see if she's live on here, so let me just check.
While he's doing that, I just want you to kind of all know that if I can help anybody at any point in their writing or your writing, I would like to do that, and I'm hoping that we've made a connection amongst you all, so that you have another person that's a supportive person in the community.
Okay. Now I've just rung Marie Huxtable just to see if she comes live, and we'll just test out the system, because I've got Jenny is definitely live, and I've got Kathy live. Now, actually, you see Marie. I don't know if you can see Marie, but Marie's also live. So hello, Marie. We've got. So I've just put. We've got 5 people. Oh, yeah, there you are. So it's not a question of the bandwidth, Jackie. You know,
I can't see Marie.
You can't, no. But Kathy, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Kathy can see Marie.
So can I. I can see Marie too.
Yeah, Liz can.
Jackie's got a little yellow triangle.
Yeah, so we're just trying to work out what it is that's excellent, you see, because at the moment I've got 4 of us live. I've got Liz that I can hear, Jana can hear, but so I'm not quite sure, Jackie, why it is that yours is not live, because on a 1-to-1 yours works.
Yeah. Well, it's not just me, it's Jan. You don't have her live.
Yeah, and also Liz.
And Liz.
So we could just ask, what it is possibly about whether it is the bandwidth issue or not. But this is excellent for the others.
So could you ask?
I'll ask John. I'll ask my son, who does a lot of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will. Okay.
All right. So could we do this again?
Oh, I'd love to.
I just wanted to say, when I first got on, there was a little message saying that something about some people might need to upgrade their Skype in order to have the video conference, and I don't know if that's the issue. Maybe people don't have the latest upgrade.
Right, Marie, you knew that, didn't you? Because so could you, if you check, Jackie, that you've got the latest version of Skype?
Well, I think I have the latest version, but is there one that you need to pay for to get?
No, because I've paid for this, so.
Well, you see, I'm not.
No, but you don't need to. If I have the access.
Oh, I see.
But it may be that Liz hasn't got the most up-to-date version. If everybody checks that they've got the most up-to-date version that can hold a video conference, and then we try again. Maybe next week. Great. Yeah.
I believe I do have the latest version, and I also have what you have, Jack, so that I can have multiple people participate in a conference call. Because remember, Kathy, when we were trying to do it before, and so I mean that's not a difference, Jackie, because I do have that. And I can see right now, Jack, Kathy, Marie, and Jan.
But why is yours not live then, Liz? Because
I don't know.
Something else when I first came to sign on, I had Jack's name inviting me to a chat, and that was before I received the phone call. So I had to click accept to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else got that message, and if that needed to come to pictures.
I got Jack's call and asked me to accept, but when Jack and I tried it out just one-on-one, my picture comes up, but it doesn't in the group.
Okay, so can I just ask then, at the bottom of everybody's screen, do you have I've got 4 small icons when I click on the screen, and the far right one has to be live. It's a little blue video camera icon.
Yeah, I've got that, but it's not live.
Right, okay, so that has to be live for the video camera to be working. Liz, is yours live? Bottom of the screen.
No, it's not. Top of my screen, but anyway.
Right, so it actually, when you put your cursor on it, just says my video. And if you like, that needs to be live to work. But we can, even if Liz, she's, for example, if we fix a time next time, if Liz has got this facility, which I've got, Liz could actually try and connect with us all, just to see if it actually works when Liz connects with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I think,
are you willing to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So what, does this time work for you?
Yes.
So do you want to try next week or 2 weeks?
Well, I would be willing to try, in a few minutes again.
I can't try in a few minutes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So is there anybody that couldn't do it next Sunday?
Jack, we're in Liverpool.
Yeah, I was thinking that I might try a Google, but no, that will be difficult. But look, why don't you try? Why don't you just test the system out next Sunday? Say with Liz, just seeing if you can all connect in with her, if you can all make next Sunday, and then we could actually the next 2 weekends. I'm in Liverpool next weekend, and then I'm in Slovenia the following weekend. I'm all right I can find plenty of time during the week, but it's just those 2 weekends. But if you were to test your systems out next Sunday, about this time, where Liz tried to connect everybody.
Would it be better if it was any earlier for some people?
You mean earlier for the next 2 weekends?
Yeah, I mean, would it be better if it was, say, 9 o'clock for anybody?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, we'll try next Sunday for anybody that could be here at 9 o'clock. And we know we won't have Jack.
Yeah.
We'll wait that.
Okay, and if I can possibly do it, then I will do. But otherwise, you let me know how you get on. That'd be great.
All right.
And many thanks, Marie, for just responding. That was really good of you.
Oh, no, it's really nice from me.
Yeah.
What a treat.
Okay, then.
Well, thank you, everyone. This has just been actually very exciting. And when I agree with Jack, when Liz was talking, I started to well up. I started to feel the excitement. So thank you so much. You're just such wonderful people. I love you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Both of you, all of you.
Bye-bye, then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Cassie. Bye.
Bye.